Hi there, this is Josh from Literary Gladiators, and today I'm here with a book haul. The bookstore that I'm going to be talking about is Beachbound Books in Avalon, New Jersey. Beachbound Books used to be Stone Harbor Bookshop in Stone Harbor, New Jersey, but they decided to relocate into Avalon, which Avalon now has their first bookstore since the Paper Peddler closed down. And I think that was a good move, given that now Avalon is a shore town with a bookstore. There was none during that time, and I think that it is a good place for someone that's looking for a new book as opposed to a used book. While I was there, I acquired 8 books because I wanted to incorporate some more literary fiction into my book collection. And the first book that I got is not a book of literary fiction, but it's from a writer that you may recognize. This is Bittersweet by Susan Cain. Susan Cain is known for her book Quiet, which is about the lacking of silence and the challenges that introverts face in a very loud and extrovertive society. Bittersweet goes another direction, and it concentrates on the whole idea that bitter and sweet go together hand in hand, and how there are people that look for solace in moments of bittersweetness and being able to ignite that emotion. According to the blurb, it makes mention to how they gravitate toward sad music and rainy days, and how they're looking to feel a sense of emotion even when the time does not warrant it. The next book that I got is Hard Like Water by Lianke, and it pertains to a couple of 2 communist revolutionaries and how they are falling in love with one another against the wishes of their family and society. Lianke is he was a finalist twice for the Booker International Prize, and I don't know if he was nominated for the BookTube Prize in Translated Literature, and if so, if this book happened to be one of them, because this came out in 2001, but it was translated in 2021. This one looks pretty interesting. This is historical fiction, and it reimagines a circumstance. This is The Attempted Murder of Teddy Roosevelt by Burt Solomon, and this pertains to an attempted murder that took place in 1902. Theodore Roosevelt had just been in office for a year at that time, and that's the historical facts within this piece are set up correctly, as far as I can tell. But it pertains to being able to it pertains to Theodore Roosevelt summoning his Secretary of State, John Hay, to do some research and figure out who it was that tried to kill him. And it would be, I think this premise, I think the premise of a historical fiction piece of this nature, kind of like with 11/22/63, which imagines what if John F. Kennedy made it out of Dallas alive. This puts into perspective what would have happened if Theodore Roosevelt, if somebody directly attempted to murder him, which there was, he had been shot and wounded when he was running for a 3rd term in 1912 as part of the Bull Moose Party. But the next book that I got is Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee, An Indian History of the American West. This is by D. Brown, and it chronicles the accounts of chiefs and warriors and uh, their and the destruction that took place of the various tribes during the late 19th century. Next, I got Red Famine, Stalin's War on Ukraine by Anne Applebaum, and this pertains to the neglect, which we're pretty much concluding was intentional during the agricultural civilization that Stalin launched in the Soviet Union. And it pertains to the ever neglectful and overwhelming treatment of Ukraine. So this lays out the groundwork of things that are things that are occurring, because this came out in 2017. Next, I got some BookTube darlings, BookTube prize darlings. Here is one of the winners for the fiction category. This is Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell. And this is a somewhat of a retelling of Hamlet, which this is pretty much to Hamlet what Hagseed was to The Tempest by Margaret Atwood. But this is set during the plague, and I know that I was talking with Amy from Awkward Coffee Bean about Maggie O'Farrell and her ever-growing interest in her. And she has written several other works besides this. I know there's quite a list of them as far as fiction. And then, The Vanishing Hat of Esme Lennox is the one that was mentioned. But she also wrote After You'd Gone, My Lover's Lover, The Distance Between Us, The Hand That First Held Mine, Instructions for a Heat Wave, This Must Be the Place, and then her nonfiction is I Am. But it seems like the first titles that I mentioned, there's a great, it seems like there's an annotation to romantic elements to them. But this was longlisted for the Walter Scott Prize, which is a prize for historical fiction. Next, I got another BookTube darling, a BookTube prize darling. It has a lot of great acclaim, and that is The Vanishing Hat by Brit Bennett. And from what I've gathered, the fact that I've heard some magnificent things about it, I finally decided to check it out. And another one that this I heard a lot about throughout BookTube. This is a work of Gothic literature that people are raving over. And so I thought that the peer pressure was enough for me to incorporate it into my book collection at the very least. And that is Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno-Garcia. So this is what I acquired at Beachbound Books in Avalon, New Jersey. Avalon is a very nice little town. It kind of reminds me of a smaller LBI in a way, but the way that there's a lot more of where you pull right off from the street into a parking spot. And I might have to check it out again at some point. I definitely, I would pay another visit to Beachbound Books and I know that they had said that I should tell everybody about it, and so I want to tell you that I fulfilled your request, and I'm telling everybody about it. Anybody that wants to watch this video, you know about Beachbound Books now. And I hope you check them out, and I hope that Beachbound Books looks into some more acclaimed works of literature. Look at the award winners. I would highly encourage them to look at each of the award winners, and especially the BookTube Prize. That's probably my favorite book award, because it's the general population of booktubers, people that have booktube channels or just follow along with booktube, taking part, reading the material, sending a ranked ballot, and it's their voice, no influence. And that can be guaranteed, because I judged the BookTube Prize, a total of 4 rounds, and it's all legitimate. And that's a guarantee. But I want to thank you for tuning into this video. I hope you check out some more videos from this channel, and I will leave links down below to where you can learn more about Beachbound Books. For now, keep reading.